Welcome back, Stasa23 here, back again with some knife therapy, and today I picked up a new knife case, and I wanted to show y'all what knives are in here. This is another NANUK 915 that I decorated with some of the swag that I've gotten from some of the makers, and inside of here I got some custom inserts that I picked up from Guard Dog Inserts. The last video I did on one of these in my blue case, those were also Guard Dog inserts where the knives laid flat and they stacked. This one, the knives are sitting vertical, and I just love their cases. They saw my last video and they told me to let y'all know that if any of y'all are interested in these pre-cut foam inserts, that they give y'all a discount code, and I'll have it down in the description if you were going to buy you one anyway. Now, they're not that cheap, but I mean, you know, I spend a lot on knives. This one right here holds 40 knives in the upward position, and this back row right here is wider. It can fit all the way up to this Microtech stitch. And this is a pretty darn wide knife. I mean, you can see, and it fits it. But let's go through the case, and as you can see, you can pick the color foam you want underneath. And I don't know, I think you might be able to get different color on top. I'm not exactly sure, but there's their thing inscribed in there, guarddog.inserts.com, and it's kind of like an Alpac. They had what I was looking for. So let's see what's in this case. We'll start from left to right. First up, you got the titanium Malibu. I don't think I've ever done a video on this except for maybe unboxing it with the pearl inlay. You know, the Malibu is nothing I need to say. It's just a great knife. American made, made by Microtech. I love that deep clip right there. Still not sure how much I like this compared to the aluminum. This was my original. This thing is used and abused, and I like this one a lot. This one is a lot lighter than the titanium one because it is aluminum, and I'm not sure. Let's see, the thickness is yeah, the titanium one is thicker, and it's not milled out whatsoever. But the action on this aluminum one has gotten just stupid smooth. It was already smooth from the beginning. Excellent D10 on here. Takes a nice polish. It probably needs to be sharpened up again because I use this one quite a bit. All right, next up we got the Leon Ma. What is this one? I want to say cuff, but that's not what this one is. I'll try to put the name up here if I remember. Very cool knife. Mine, though, is off-centered, and I think it has something to do with the washers or maybe the stop pin. But cool knife nonetheless. Maybe I'll do a video one day. I think y'all saw this one the other day if you caught my last video. This is the JG Scout Custom. Beautiful hand rub satin finish on there. Amazing action. Love this knife. Alrighty, next up we got the Custom Knife Factory Evo. This is the second one, Evo 2. This one has the hand rub satin finish on it. You can see the Damascus clip and Zerk backspacer and Damascus pivot rings. And this thing, the hand satin one is ridiculously smooth. Not saying the next one right here is the carbon fiber one. I carry this one more. It's lighter and it's just easier for me to EDC. And this one just has that vertical satin, which looks amazing as well. But this one's not going to show wear as bad as this one will with that hand rub finish. It's hard to even show that. But this one just has that wood grain texture. Love these two knives. Didn't mean to get two of these. I picked one up and my wife surprised me. I mean, what an awesome lady. Next up is another custom knife factory. This is a Gavco. Is it the Tiger? Or I don't know. It's one of the sharks. Stupid smooth. Another one that I've never done a video on. I picked this up from another YouTuber. And I think it was a Knife Whisperer I picked this up from. Nice knife. I love Gavco's designs. That's a mean looking Tanto right there. Next up, we have the Hinderer Firetech wearing some custom burlap micarta scales. This one's been used and abused. 20 CV. This is the older gen with the Teflon washers, and it's still ridiculously smooth. Love this. This used to be my favorite Hinderer. Still kind of is, depending on what I'm looking for. You know, if I want something to be more discreet. This one rides good in the pocket because it's thinner than my other Hinderers. All right, the next up is another Hinderer. This is the 3.5-inch XM18 slicer, no choil, skinny, and tri-way. M390. I got this one from DLT Trading. This is a DLT exclusive. Excellent action on this one. This is the one I did the review on. If you hadn't seen that, go check it out. Another Hinderer. We have the Hinderer half track with the beautiful regrind on here. This is my second half track, and I sold my first one because it was just so thick behind the edge for a small knife. It just didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So with this regrind, you get a stupidly thin edge on there, and it cuts amazing now. This is not on the tri-way pivot, all titanium, but it flips just fine for me. And I love this one. All right, next up we have the Konig Knives Mini Goblin with the Satin DLC, they call it. I got this one from Fanatic Edge. He did the modifications to it. Bronze scales, bronze hardware. Amazing action, just like any Konig. They just, I don't know, their tolerances are phenomenal. This is one of the ones with the hollow grind on. I think they do flat grinds now, or maybe you still do both. I don't know. Next up is the Wee Black Void Opus, Justin Longquist design. Still one of my top 5 Wee knives to date. I love the Black Void Opus. I know a lot of people were turned off because of the chisel grind, but I don't mind it. Excellent front flipping action, comfortable in hand, a nice like gentleman style carry knife. Next up is a prototype I got from Blade. This is the Wee Knives and Todd Knife and Tool Roxy 3. Excellent size, especially choking up like that. Excellent detail work knife. Excellent action on this one. Love it. And you see prototype right there. I think these are 20 CV. I can't really see that. It's either S35 VN or 20 CV. I don't recall. All right, next up. This is the A. Purvis Blades Primordial MK2, I think. This one was made by Best Tech for A. Purvis. And talk about an excellent action. Very, very fidgety with that long opening hole right there. You can thumb flick it. You can finger flick it. You can Spidey flick it. You can Spidey drop it. You name it. You can do it. The marble carbon fiber and the purple NO bolster. All right. Next up, we have 2 Spyderco Southerns, but one of them is the full size, how it came. I put these aftermarket micarta scales and over travel, and this is an MXG Gear deep carry clip. This clip made me carry this knife again because the old clip used to bite into my hand when I would use it. I got this one when it first came out. I forgot how many years, many years ago. Comfortable. Love this knife. I think this was their first or second flipper knife. I don't know. It's been so long, I forget. or knife on bearings, one of the two. And I love this knife, and whenever I got that, I was seeing those chop mods done by Smock Blade Works, and I could never get one. Finally, I found someone to sell me one. I mean, now I can do it myself, but he did an amazing job on this. He took the spine down some. You can see he kind of flattened it. See how they got this ridge right here? He took that off, and it looks like this is very, very close, but it's because he crowned the top spine. So it's not as thin as it looks. But there you go. Love this one. It's got aftermarket linen, green linen micarta scales on it. Excellent. I gotta hurry. My neighbor's about to cut grass. Next up is the Urban EDC F5.5. If you've ever handled this, you know it's an excellent folder. They just did another drop. I think it's over with though now with a all titanium liner lock with some spy work or something on the, or some engraving on it. Just an awesome Vox design. Mine has excellent action, broken nicely. A lot of these I've reviewed. I've reviewed this one as well. Next up is the Wee Knives Mini Busker. Excellent knife. This is an Esnix tan design. His customs go for a ridiculous amount of money. So it was really cool to be able to get my hands on this one. Comfortable in hand, has a unique action because of the detent nub that it has. It's hard, I won't be able to show you all that, but he's very big on symmetry, and it shows. I mean, look at all that. Look how that sits right in the middle. This, where the blade can sit further down. Just a very cool design. You could still get these for a while. I don't know if you can anymore, but the black ones were available. I don't think they're doing any more of these. Correct me if I'm wrong. All right, next up is my small Sabenza 21 in Singo that I modded with, put dual thumb studs on it. And this one, I've been on it for a while, and it's gotten so smooth, and adding those dual thumb studs have made this knife great again. Those pointy studs that come with these knives just really aggravate my hands. I mean, I got beat up hands, so a pointy thumb stud is gonna make me not want to carry a knife, and now it's brings me joy. I can even spotty flick it. Love this knife. Love the micarta inlays. Very cool. And to the right of that one, I have my large 21. This is the smoothest Sabenza I've ever had in my life. I've owned at least probably 9 or 10 Sabenzas, and this is the Doppler pattern, and this thing is buttery smooth. A lot of it has to do with the lock bar tension, because when the first Sabenza I ever got, I was super disappointed because it just wasn't that smooth. I could let off the pressure on that, it would drop shut, but it was so, I don't know, it felt weird. And I thought I just didn't, I wasn't able to appreciate it. And then when my local shop started carrying CRKs, I was able to go through them and see that some of them were smoother than the others. And I noticed a lot of these unique graphic ones are the special ones with, wood and stuff like that. It seems like they fine-tune those, because those seem to be dialed in perfect right off the back. And I also did that same mod here, put these tie connector titanium studs on there, and it made this one even better. I don't know, yeah, I can spotty flick this one. My favorite large I've ever owned right here. Next up is my heavily modded Spyderco Smock with the Raylight frag pattern titanium scales. I think this looks awesome now, at least the way I like it. And I did an dark acid wash, and put a mirror polish edge on there. And I think it just looks excellent. But, that's up to you to decide. I was bummed out that I didn't score one of those black bladed 20 CV. I forgot what steel it is, but the black bladed, M4 ones. I got the Satin blade. So if anybody has a black blade M4 Blade HQ exclusive one and wants to trade for a brand new Satin one, let me know. All right, next up is a Spyderco Spidey Chef. Awesome knife, LC200N, pretty comfortable in hand, good weight, good size. Wire pocket clip, I did that gold and purplish anno. It's probably not going to come across. I'm just probably going to see more of the gold. One thing I've noticed that the LC200N, it scratches up kind of easy. I don't know if you'll be able to see. Oh, here comes my neighbor. But it holds a pretty good edge. I'd say about like S30V or so. On washers, good action. That's a Spidey Chef. All right, next up is the Spyderco Smock Bowie. No, I don't have to say anything about this. This was my favorite Spyderco that I ever bought, and I ended up selling mine, and then I picked up another one later down the road before they went absolutely crazy on the secondary market. Just love this knife. I love that finish, that Mira stone wash, and I was super stoked to grab one of the M391s. The M391 does not come close to this one in my opinion, as far as, you know, how this one feels and looks, but that's just me. Next up, the Strider PT. I probably saw this one in my 5 Knives That Make Me Happy video. Sorry if y'all hear that lawnmower. This one's wearing my edge. It's got the an orange peel underneath the anno. And I think I got this one. Yeah, I got this one at Blade Show 2 or 3 years ago when these first came out. All right, next up is my Millet Knives Torrent with the BGM Knives regrind. And after he reground this one to make it a good slicer, this one went right back in the pocket. I had stopped carrying this one because it just wasn't a joy to use. It had a very, very shallow hollow grind on it. It just wasn't a good cutter in my opinion. And a knife like this, that's an excellent EDC. I like to have it nice and slicey. The action's good. I think I'm gonna change that anno underneath there soon, just to change it up. Next up, the Shirogorov Neon Light S90V steel. I love just the simple monochrome look of this one. Even though I do love the new micarta inlaid ones, I almost picked up one of those, but I figured I had this one, I didn't need another one. So excellent action, probably the best detent action of all my knives. The way it breaks, like, it doesn't hurt to break the detent, but it still feels strong. All right, my automatics, got the Guardian Tactical Recon 35. My favorite out the front by far, hands down, LMAX. Got that carbon fiber, and then that slide is just so smooth with that polished stainless with the ceramic ball underneath there. I could do this all day and it not hurt my thumb whatsoever. The way they got this set up where it's not sharp and it's just easy to pull back on it. That is the Recon 035 by Guardian Tactical. All right, next up is Microtech Ultratech with the distressed purple finish. Hate the glass breaker. Puck clip on this works good. This one's not terrible, but I got to hand pick this one at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. It's got the apocalyptic finish, 204P blade steel, I think. Yeah, I think they have 204P. But this one is sharp on those corners and it can tear up my fingers. All right, the next up is another auto, and this is the Mini Troodon, the Tanto blade shape that I picked up. This was probably a dumb purchase because it's just, I don't know, more of a novelty. Good action on it though. Came sharp. You could definitely use it. Let's see. This is my favorite Microtech auto, and that is the Microtech LUDT. Perfect size for me. Easy to carry. Comes out with authority. You got that crown spine. Comfortable in hand. I like the way it looks. It's a good slicer. It comes down to a pretty fine edge as you can see. And I can one-hand close it if I need to. Just look at that. Man, it recoils. It jumps, wants to jump out of my hand. All righty. Next up is the Spyderco Shaman Sprint and CPM crew wear with the micarta scales. Absolutely love this one. MXG gear deep carry clip. I ended up picking up both the crew wear and the Z wear. And unfortunately, my Z wear one is just not that smooth. This one, on the other hand, is ridiculously smooth. All right, next up is Monterey Bait Knives Old Guard. This is the full size. This is the first run. Beautiful carbon fiber M390 blade. Just a good looking knife. Really want to pick up one of those end cut micarta mini Old Guards. I still may, but awesome knife. I have another knife on the way from them as we speak. Should be here any day now. All right, next up is the Three Rivers Manufacturing Shadow with the titanium scales that I won the lotto at Blade Show, the lotto to purchase it. Now, definitely adds some significant heft to the knife. It's got that starburst pattern. Very cool knife. If y'all hadn't seen my review of this, my review and testing, go check it out. I was surprised it handled a good bit. All right, this is the Birch Tree Blade Works V4 Mid-Tech, I think it's called. Love this one. It's a behemoth, nice and smooth action. And he does a run of knot, like he does a run of a new design, and then once it's gone, it's gone. He doesn't bring it back. Mine has a coil clip, blue, stone washed frame with these milled lines and the pivot collar like that. I think it's 154 cm blade steel. Very, very smooth action on these. And I'm pretty sure this one's US made. All right, next up is the Sharp by Design Evo clip point or Bowie or whatever with the black titanium frame with the silver twill. Very handsome looking knife. And in my opinion, this is the best looking clip point out there. Hinderers, my Hinderer is pretty beautiful, but I just love the way this one looks. This one's got like a hand rub finish on it. Comfortable in hand, excellent action. I mean, it's a Sharp by Design, so you know it's gonna be awesome. All right, I showed the next one, which is a Microtech Stitch. Next one is also Microtech. This is a SOCOM Tanto with the apocalyptic finish. I think this one looks beautiful. I love, love, love that Tanto. Just look at that. Looks so mean. Got that nice aggressive tip, but still has some meat behind it for piercing. It makes that nice thwack when opened. Fairly comfortable. And I can look past that tip down because it's a bigger knife. And it just makes sense. Very smooth action. Love, love the SOCOM. Love it so much that this is my original right here. Picked this one up quite a while ago. Action's even smoother on this one. It's just got the stone wash finish. I've sharpened this thing probably 7 times now. I had some slight issues with this one. It wasn't holding a good edge. It kind of felt a little soft and it was chipping out a good bit. But now, after I've sharpened enough steel away, it seems to be holding a pretty good edge. It's not chipping out, I don't think. Let me see. I don't see anything offhand. Probably due for another sharpening though. Awesome knife. 2 more to go. Next up is my Demco 80-20.5 with the shark's foot. I got some new scales on the way for this one. Coming from Carbonized, and I got the deep carry lynch clip on there. And then the Demco 80-20 with the crew wear steel and the Pops Customs deep carry clip. I don't know if the 80-20.5 clips fit. I don't think so. I don't think they're that wide. So there you go. This is my new guard dog insert case. Let me know what you think. Remember, I will have a link down below that has a discount code or a discount code down below. So if you decide to pick one of these up, make sure to use that. All right, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. I hope everybody's having an absolutely wonderful day. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.